Hello everyone and welcome to this week's live card class. My name is Rachel Trout, and if you have not joined me before, I typically go live on Thursdays at 12 o'clock Arizona time. Right now that's on Pacific time. And you can always watch the replay later. So I do a free card class every Thursday. Anyone can watch, and then if you would like a card kit sent to you with today's cards, you just need to place an order with me now through Tuesday. And if you spend more than $40 before tax and shipping, you'll get the card kit. If you spend more than $50, I'll double the cards, so you get 2 of each. So that is a fun little thing that we do here every week. And I have to tell you, Stampin' Up! Just announced this morning that they are doing free shipping on Tuesday. So that'll be the last day you can get this card kit. And I'm not saying you should hold your order until then, but if you want free shipping, it will be free shipping on orders over $75 on Tuesday only. So you can look forward to that. If you are wanting to order before then and you are going to be spending that much, I have to tell you, you might want to consider the starter kit because it's on special this month. It's always $99. And you get to pick out $125 of product, and it's also free shipping. So if you are spending $75 to get free shipping, by the time you usually place an order of that amount and pay the shipping, you're going to be paying close to the $99, and you're getting so much more for free. Plus, this month there is an extra $82 worth of in-color products that you get for free in the starter kit too. So I'll post a link in the description of the video when I'm done, and you can read more information about that. But if you're thinking about the free shipping and you are wanting to wait until Tuesday, that's fine. You will get your card kit for today's cards. But if you are just interested in getting the most for your money, the starter kit might be for you. Okay, I can see 1 or 2 people hopping on. Before we get going with today's cards, I have 2 card classes to show you that I am currently offering. So this one I introduced yesterday. It is the Trusty Tools card class featuring some Celebration paper that I collected during Celebration. Because you cannot get it anymore, and it's not something you can purchase, I do have a limited number of card kits for this class available. So you'll want to make sure you sign up for that soon so you don't miss out. So this card class has 5 cards. You'll make 1 of each. It includes a half package of that Trusty Toolbox Designer Series paper. It includes our Baker's Twine Essentials pack. It includes some mini Stampin' Dimensionals, and as long as they stay in stock, it includes these Smoky Slate and Basic Gray Pearls. If those go out of stock, I have another embellishment as my backup plan. So, super cute cards. These are perfect for the men in your life. This class will ship by June 4th, so you should get the kit in time to make your Father's Day cards if you want to use them for that. And then there's options to add on the Trusty Tools stamp set and dies and the ink colors that I used. So I will also share a link in the description for this card class if you're interested. It is $35 plus $10 shipping if you need it shipped. And then if you want to add on any of the other things that I mentioned, then I will add those to your invoice also. Okay, and then this one is my card club for this month. So the deadline for that Trusty Tools card class is May 28th, unless I run out of card kits before then. So that one is while supplies last. This one is my monthly card club, and the deadline for this is the 20th. And this month I use the Unbounded Love Bundle, which we will be using in our card class today. The Unbounded Beauty Designer Series paper, which is beautiful. The Petunia Pop ribbon. I don't know what your favorite new in color is, but this is the one I've been using the most because it's kind of purplish, and if you know me at all, you know purple's my favorite color. So is Petunia Pop your favorite too? Let me know in the comments. And then these in color dots are currently out of stock. They're part of the suite that we're using today too, but they are supposed to be back in next week. So hopefully I'll be able to add those to these card kits. So this one is a monthly subscription. You can join or cancel anytime. It is $44 a month, and it includes usually a half pack of designer series paper, a roll of ribbon, and a full embellishment, and then you get all of the supplies to make 8 cards. So 2 of each of these designs. This one has some of that really pretty in color shimmer paper. So for this one, you'll get all of the pieces to make your 8 cards. You can add on the bundle, or you can substitute stamps you already own. This one is just sentiments, so it is easy to substitute. However, the dies that are in that bundle too, I will not be die cutting those pieces. So you will want to have them. And I'm going to show these to you today. You will definitely want these dies. But if it's not part of the featured bundle, like these die cut pieces are part of the other bundle in this suite, but it's not the featured bundle. So those will be die cut for you. This will be embossed for you. So it's just the dies that are part of the featured bundle, that Unbounded Love bundle, that you'll do the die cutting for yourself. So I'll put a link in the description for this too. Like I said, you can join or cancel this club anytime, but for every 6 consecutive months that you subscribe, I send you a fun little gift package in your kit. So there is that perk. And then you can add on the stamp set or bundle that I used in the inks every month at the catalog cost. I cover the tax and the shipping on those as a perk of belonging to the club. All right, so those are my 2 current card classes. Shall we get on to today's cards? I think so. Okay, let me pull in my catalog for a minute. Today we are going to be using the Unbounded Beauty Suite. So I have been featuring this this week here on this page and in my Facebook group. It is a beautiful suite of products, and it's what I would call a mega suite. So you have this nice spread in the catalog with lots of samples, and some of the videos they've done for us on the catalog, the samples this year, they tried to do different kinds. So like this one used a lot of the die cuts. In some samples, they focused mainly on the stamps. In some samples, they tried to use every element of the suite. So I think that's kind of cool. And then you've got a second page that shows you everything that is included in this suite. So right now you cannot order the suite under the one ordering number because these dots are currently unavailable. But everything else in the suite is available right now. So you can order either of the 2 bundles, the shimmer paper or the designer series paper. So I ordered this whole suite as part of my pre-order. A lot of times I will typically go with the stamp set that has sentiments and good label dies, and I will skip this one. We've had several suites like this, and this time I thought I want to work with them together, and I haven't ordered a stamp and die set like this for a long time that has these layering pieces, and I liked these little flowers, and I'm really glad I ordered both because you'll see today in our projects they work really well together. This paper is also gorgeous. If you love our new in colors, you will love this paper because the paper includes all of the new in colors plus a few other coordinating ones. And then the shimmer paper we're not using on our cards today, but it is really pretty too. Anything shimmery and sparkly, I love. And I think you're going to like the embellishments and ribbon that I've chosen to pair with our cards today. So, oh, Joan says her favorite color is Summer Splash. You know what? That is probably my second favorite right now. I don't know. It is a toss-up between Petunia Pop and Summer Splash. Okay, here is our first card today. So this one was inspired by another demonstrator, Judy Tuttle, and I basically just copied her layout and I used a few different colors and ribbons and things like that. But I thought this was a really pretty layout, and this is kind of our most involved card that we're starting with here today. And across our 3 cards today, you will see all 5 of the new in colors. I really like them all together. This card also has Berry Burst, so that is one of the extra colors in the designer series paper. If you watched that video on this suite that I posted on Monday, the 2 concept artists who designed it kind of talked about everything in the suite, and I thought it was really cool. And Berry Burst is one of the extra colors they added in here, which I think is gorgeous because it's one of my favorite colors too. I know you're surprised. It's kind of purplish, so that's why. Okay, so here's our first in color. We have Pretty in Pink for our card base. 5.5 by 8.5, and then I'm folding in half. And then we've got a piece of the Designer Series paper that's 5.25 by 4. And we are going to adhere that to our card base. I really like this side too. This has tones of the Summer Splash and the Shy Shamrock. I think it's more Summer Splash on that side, but you could pair the Shy Shamrock too. They have some of the same tones, I think. Okay, so there's our start. Then we have a piece of Berry Burst that is 3.5 by 4.25. And then this piece of white is 3 3/8 by 4. And so we're going to do this a little bit differently. A lot of times I'll have a border around all 4 edges, but I really liked Judy's design, how it went to the edge, and I thought that was kind of different and cool. And this is embossed with our Distressed Tile embossing folder. So this is one of our regular size embossing folders. It is a 3D embossing folder, so the embossing is just a little bit deeper. And you can see it's distressed because there is some areas where it is not as embossed as others, and I think it's really pretty. All right, we're going to attach these two together with our Stampin' Seal. And remember, you're going to want to line up that left edge, and then you'll have a border around the other 3. Okay, now before we attach this to our card, we're going to tie our ribbon. So the ribbon and embellishments I'm using today are from the Full of Life suite, and this one is an iridescent ribbon. It is really light and nice to tie, and we are going to wrap it around and tie a bow. So you'll want to do this before you attach to your card. I think out of all of our new ribbons, I don't know, it is hard to pick a favorite, but I do really like this one because it goes with anything. And the iridescent shine is just really pretty. Oop, I don't know. I did not cut that this long. I think I'm going to do this one in a knot because first time I cut my ribbon too long. This time not long enough. So we'll just do a knot this time. You could do it either way. So if you order this week and get your card kit will not include ribbon and embellishments. You can use whatever you have on hand at home, or you can add the ribbon and embellishments that I'm using to your order and use the same ones. Okay, so now we can attach this to our card base. So I'm going to line it up with the edge again, like that. And then we have some die cut pieces. So these are cut with our Flowers of Beauty dies. And I guess I should have showed you a closer up of the 2 bundles. They were in the catalog. So this is the Flowers of Beauty. So this is all the imagery. The other one is Sentiments. So the die set is really cool. You have these 2 dies that cut 2 different sizes of small flowers. I love that you can cut so many at one time. Because you don't usually need this many for one project, so you can save them for your other projects. And then this will cut out this image in the stamp set. We'll be using that on this card. You've got the couple detailed ones that we're using, and then you've got the open ones that cut out the flowers and the leaves. So really, really pretty. I think these dies kind of make the set. I have actually used them quite a bit. Okay, so I've cut this one out of Berry Burst and this one out of Summer Splash. And I wanted to show you this. Your pieces in your kit, if you order, will not have the adhesive sheets on the back. I just did it on this one because I wanted to show you these. If you are ordering these more intricate dies, I highly recommend adding adhesive sheets to your order. So what it is it's like a sticker. So you're going to stick it on the back of your cardstock, and then you run your die through, so the sticker part's on the bottom. And then when you are done die cutting, you will peel this off, and it's like a sticker, so you don't have to mess with glue. And I will say a lot of times I forget to add my adhesive sheets before I die cut. So yay me for remembering this time. But I wanted to show you that because if you have not used them before, they are really handy. And of course you can use the glue too. And we'll use the glue on the rest of our pieces, but I wanted to show you the adhesive sheets to show you kind of how they work. A lot of times if you leave these little pieces in, it'll stay connected to your sticker or to the backing of the sticker. But I had a few that stayed in there, so we'll just pop those out. And then you can attach it to your card and it sticks right down, which I think is awesome because I am very messy with the glue. Okay, this one I am going to use glue for. And I try and do just dots of glue in the spots that are a little bit bigger and not as narrow. And for this piece, it is so long, we're going to end up trimming off the bottom. So do not put your glue all the way to the bottom because we're going to end up trimming that off a little bit. All right. I think that's enough. This is going to get covered up by a few more things that will help hold it down. So I'm going to tuck this under my ribbon, and I'm just kind of arranging that top part where I want it more than anything because I don't want that to hang off my card. And then where I have these pieces, I just wanted to kind of line up in the berry burst area, so I'm just going to trim those off. It doesn't have to be exact. And then if you wanted, you could add more glue on the edges of that if needed. Okay, next we're going to do our stamping. So I have a piece of white here. And in the Flowers of Beauty stamp set, there is a detailed one, and then there is one that kind of fills in. So we are going to stamp in Summer Splash ink. And I have a scrap paper here. Let's see, I think I'm going to do the detailed side first. And I'm going to stamp that in full strength Summer Splash. And then the other side, which is the more solid leaves, I am going to stamp on my scrap paper first. And then I'm going to stamp over here. Line it up as best I can. And so when I stamp off, it is lighter. If you stamped double strength on both, I don't know. I like it better this way. You could stamp double strength on both, but I like it this way. Just a little bit more because you can see that detail. Okay, and then we have a die that cuts this out. Let me grab my die cutting machine because of course I forgot to bring that over here. Try not to trip over the mess that is in my craft room. And we're going to die cut this. So all of the dies in this set will fit in the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which is nice. So I'm going to line this up, and I'm kind of looking at my detailed stamp more than the one that I used to fill it in. If you stamp and it's not exact, I don't think it matters very much because it's light and subtle and no one's going to look that closely to see that you stamped it exactly. All right, let's move that out of the way. All right, so there is our die cut piece. And I'm going to put that die away so that I don't lose it. Or find it later and say, where did this go? Okay, I'm going to attach this one with a little bit of glue also. And this one is nice because it has wider areas, so I don't need to be quite as careful with my glue. And knock on wood, I don't have any glue on my fingers yet today, so that is a win. Oops. I'm going to get glue on my fingers now, though, because I said that. Okay, so this one we're going to kind of tuck under the ribbon again in the middle. And look how pretty these colors are together. I love the Berry Burst and the Summer Splash. That is really pretty, I think. Okay, I'm just holding it so that that glue sticks, because we're going on top of these other layers here. And then I've cut this out of the Unbounded Love dies. I had to think for a minute. The suite is Unbounded Beauty, and the bundle is Unbounded Love. Okay, so like I was talking about with my card club, things like this in the bundle, I would not die cut for you in that club. But for this card kit, when you are ordering and getting a card kit for free, you're going to get everything in the envelope just like I had it. So everything's going to be die cut for you, except if you are stamping and then die cutting like this one. So you'll get the piece of white like I had to stamp this on, and then you'll have to die cut yourself. And that's mostly just because it would be really hard for you to stamp on that die cut piece. So there are a lot of sentiments in this stamp set. Some you can mix and match. So like the hope, love, faith, and peace can fit with some of these other sentiments. And lots of little dies that are labels in here. I love, love, love this die set. So some of these can layer together. Some of them actually cut to pieces. Like this one turns out to be a scalloped frame, and then you've got the little rectangle, so you can use them together or you can use them separately, which is really fun. These two circles are some of my favorites, and the smaller one can layer inside of the bigger one, which is nice. Not when you die cut, but you know, on your card you can cut two different sizes and layer them. Same with these, like you can layer them together. You can, like this one cuts two pieces to this inside and then the frame, so you can do two different colors. This one, same thing, you could do a different color for the frame and for the inside and stamp your sentiment. This will fit inside that scalloped. So there is a ton of options with these dies, and I think they are going to be a top seller. So I've done You're a True Blessing on that little circle, and we're going to add him with a few dimensionals. And I'm just going to place that over here, kind of over my ribbon. And you can rearrange the ribbon if you want. You might have a bow like on my first card or not. It's up to you. All right, and then we're going to finish off with our embellishment. These are also from the Full of Life suite, the same suite the ribbon came from, and they are iridescent faceted gems, and I think they are just gorgeous. So we're going to add a few of those to finish off our card. Anything shiny and sparkly is right up my alley. Put a few there, and one over there. And there is our first card. Let me know what you think. I think this one is just beautiful. Okay, so we used quite a few elements of the suite in that card. Our next card is a little bit simpler. So this one I copied from another demonstrator also. This one was from Celine Kempton, and I thought it showed off the peach pie, which is another new in color. And then another added color in the designer series paper is Calypso Coral. So look how well those two go together. I loved her card. It is simple, but it is cute. And that paper cut at an angle kind of catches your eye. So this one we have a Calypso Coral card base, 5.5 by 8.5, and we'll fold in half again. Then I have a piece of basic white that I have cut at 3.25 by 4.25. And this is Peach Pie. This one is embossed with our Simply, I think it's Simply Zinnia embossing folder. I should have double checked that name. This is an online exclusive, so it is one of the slightly larger embossing folders. I can't say the largest anymore because now we have those gigantic ones. So I guess this is the middle size. Nope, I lied. Well, it's one of the middle sizes. We have 4 sizes of embossing folders now. That's kind of hard to believe. So this one is an online exclusive, and it is really, really pretty. So you can see the zinnias there. So this is Peach Pie, and this is 3x4. I am going to layer these together flat with my Stampin' Seal Plus. But then we'll pop up this whole layer on the card with dimensionals. We don't have a ton of layers on this card, so I like to use dimensionals. But you could make this part flat too if you wanted to. Okay, you just want to make sure your flowers are not upside down. And there we go. Okay, then for this piece, so I cut a 3x3 square, and then all I did was put it in my trimmer, and I lined up the corners and just cut straight across in half. So you could do this for 2 different cards out of one 3x3 piece. And we're just going to line this up in the corner like this. And you can see the peach pie in the paper and then some of that calypso coral also. All right, this is another label that comes from the Unbounded Love dies. So even though we're using this stamp set today, I feel like these dies can be used with so many different sentiments. There are all sizes. I mean, they're all kind of small, but a lot of sentiments could fit in there. We have Calypso Coral ink to match our card base. And I'm going to stamp a little bit off to the left because I'm going to put my ribbon in this bottom right corner. And I want to still be able to see my sentiment. Okay, the sentiment I'm going to pop up with dimensionals also. And I'm just going to put it, it's not really quite centered, it's a little bit off to the right. Then we're going to tie a bow with our iridescent ribbon. This ribbon really does tie nicely, and I suppose that you could color it. I have not tried doing that yet, but any of our light colored ribbons you can color with your Stampin' Blends markers. I have a feeling this one might tear up the markers a little bit, so you might want to do it with an older one. Sometimes if I get a new set, like they come in dark and light, and sometimes I use one more than the other, and I have to order a new set, then I'll use the older one of the color that I have more left of, you know, that's stronger. For things like this, coloring the ribbon, because it does kind of tear up the brushes a little bit. I'm going to trim this side a little bit more, I think. There we go. All right, and then we'll bring in our iridescent gems and add a few of those to finish it off. So this one is pretty simple. And if you have been watching me for a while, I think I've said this before. Oops, I need to put a new sticky end on my Take Your Pick tool. But cutting your designer series paper in 3x4 is a great way to use all the paper, and 3x3 is the same difference, but 3x4 pieces, you can get 6 out of one sheet of 8.5 by 11 card stack. And when you cut a mat 4 1/4, if you cut down the middle so that you have 2 longer sides, then you can get six of those out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet too. So it's a nice size to use up most of your paper. All right, so there is our second card. Oh, thank you, Joan. I'm glad you like it. I can't take credit for the design on these first two, but They were pretty. Okay, this third one though I did design, and I used Petunia Pop. Okay, so we used Pretty Pink and Summer Splash on our first card. We used Peach Pie on the second card, and this one we have Petunia Pop and a little peek of the Shy Shamrock. So all 5 of our in colors today, I think they're beautiful, and I'm going to be using them a lot. I really was sad to see our last group of in colors go because they were some of my favorites ever. But I actually kind of like these more. So it made me not quite so sad. All right, this one we have a Petunia Pop card base, 5.5 by 8.5 again. Then I have a piece of the Unbounded Beauty Designer Series paper that's 3 3/4 by 5, and then a white mat, just a very small border around it, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So we're just going to layer these flat to our card base. And again, this is a smaller border. And it looks like I have a little bent edge there, so I'm going to flip this over so that's the back of the card. Lay this down flat. Like that. Okay, so this is another one of my favorite dies from the Unbounded Love Bundle, this scalloped one. And our happy birthday sentiment fits perfectly in there. Excuse me. All of our stamping on this card is going to be in Petunia Pop. Now, if you do end up going with the starter kit option, the free in color products that you get with your kit this month, one of those is all of the new in color ink pads. So I think that is awesome. You also get a pack of cardstock in all 5 in colors. So I think it's 4 sheets of each of the 5 colors. And then you get a set of the markers, not the Stampin' Blends, just Stampin' Right markers, 1 in each color. And then our in color Designer Series paper, which is also pretty. All right, so this flower is from the Flowers of Beauty stamp set. And again, it has a detailed image, and then it has one that is a solid image. So we're going to do the same thing we did on that first card. I'm going to stamp full strength on my scrap paper first. Isn't that pretty? I love this in the Petunia Pop. And then I'm going to stamp again so that we get a lighter image. Okay, this made, when I started stamping with this made me so happy that I got this bundle too. Yes, Joan, there is free shipping on Tuesday. So if you want to order and get this card kit, you might want to wait until Tuesday to get your free shipping. It's free shipping on orders over $75. I think I might have to restock some of my cardstock that I did not get restocked before the prices went up. But yeah, I'm running short on a few colors, so I'm thinking that is what I'm going to be buying on free shipping day. Okay, so I stamped 2 of those flowers, and then this kind of shows you how well the bundles work together. So the flower is from the Flowers of Beauty bundle. These leaves are die cut from the Unbounded Love bundle. So these 2 bundles in the same suite work very, very well together. Let me grab my embossing machine again. And this one, the Flowers of Beauty dies, will cut out the flower in the stamp set. I love when we don't have to fussy cut. Get all my little bits off from the last die cutting. All right. I'm sitting while I am stamping today, which is not what I usually do, but I felt like sitting today, so. Okay, let's see here. Some of these you just have to keep turning until you get it in the right spot. This flower is easier than some. All right, so some of our die sets will have 2 dies that are the same, so you can die cut multiple at one time, but there's only one of these large flower dies, so we'll do one at a time. and it goes pretty fast. I think this flower is so pretty in Petunia Pop. It would probably be pretty in any color, but I am really partial to the Petunia Pop right now. Okay. Move this back out of the way. And again, I'm going to put my die away so it does not get lost. And now we just have to finish assembly. Okay, I'm going to start with the sentiment. And I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals because then I can tuck some of the flowers and things underneath. In this one, I'm going to put a little bit off to the left because I have my flowers and everything to fit on the right side. So one flower I'm going to do flat. And we'll kind of tuck that behind here. And then the leaves, I'm not going to mess with glue this time. If you had adhesive sheets and you were die cutting these yourself, you could use the adhesive sheets on these. But I am just using a glue dot to tuck behind there. Like that. And same with this one, I'm just using a glue dot. Let's see, I think I'm going to put this, well, I guess it needs to go behind. I probably should have laid the leaves down first. I think that is what I did when I designed the card, but you know. Okay, like that. And then this one, I am going to put a dimensional on the right side and a little bit of seal on the left side. And there we go. Okay, so now we've got to add a bow with our ribbon. And if you have some of the Petunia Pop ribbon, you can use that instead if you want. Any of the in-color ribbons, I think you could match up with these cards for today. So whatever you have that you want to use is fine. Okay, we'll add this with a glue dot. And then of course we have to finish off with some of our gems. I'm going to use a few of the bigger ones for my flowers right in the center. I love doing that. Let's see here. I need to change out this end. Do you have the Take Your Pick tool? I love the Take Your Pick tool for embellishments. If I don't have it, I feel lost. So there we go. Okay. Everyone is deciding to text me right now. I should have put it on Do Not Disturb. I always forget. Okay, there we go. All right, so there is our third card. I love the purple in this one. So let's bring back in all three from today. I always like to know what your favorite one was. So if you are watching now or later, then please leave me a comment and let me know which one was your favorite today. I think, I don't know, the first one or the third one was my favorite. Hard to choose. Okay, remember you can get this card kit for free now through Tuesday with your order of $40 or more. And if you spend more than $50, I will double the cards. So I will put a shopping link in the description. And don't forget, free shipping on Tuesday, so you might want to wait until then. You love the first one. I know. This one is just so pretty and uses so many different elements of the suite. Good choice. And then if you are interested in the starter kit, you can look for that link too to get your in-color products for free. And you could choose some of these products from the suite in your starter kit if you wanted to. And if you are part of my team members get the tutorials for all of my classes for free. So then you could just use those to create these cards on your own. All right, if you have any questions or you just want to say hi, please do so if you're watching later. I am so appreciative that you're here, and I hope you love today's cards. I will see you again next week. Bye.